Hello everyone, how are we doing? Nice to see you all. First and foremost, can you hear me? Always worth checking. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the stream. Hello, look at all these people coming in. Hello, Callum, James, Farmer Ed, Scuba Steve, Gildy, Yoss, Tanner, Peaky, Longhill, Wyatt, Albert, Daniel, Saran, Wyatt again. How you doing, guys? Nice to see you. Hope everyone's doing good. We are on Richlands, Ohio. I am amazed how just, like, generally positive all of the comments were on my map tour earlier in the week. Really pleased. Particularly for Julian F, because he's a lovely guy, and I've chatted to him a fair bit, especially back in 19 with Liberty Fields as well, which was such a great map. Just timing-wise was a little bit wrong for the end of FS19, and I think he burnt himself out a bit, but he's come back strong with this one, I think. Love to hear, obviously now is out. This is really good. He spent a year quietly working away on this, and I think the results speak for themselves. I know there's maybe a couple of slight issues with it, but that's kind of par for the course with new maps. Hopefully they'll get tweaked very quickly. But Xbrack, how are you doing, Joss? Do Giants allow the official game trailer as your intro? What are you saying? What are you saying? Right, so here we are. Here's what we've got. I have bought. Well, when you start out, you get these two areas here and Field 9, which isn't Field 9, it's Field 6. I've bought another field here, and I've bought another field up here. But other than that, we've got what we've got. I've also sold all of the equipment I had. So I've got 723,000 to play with, but what we'll do a bit of farming, and we'll have a bit of chat. Eric, this Ford, actually I think I left the description, the link in the description for it. It is from Northwest Mods and Edits. It's hands down probably my favourite truck in the game. Hello Legacy, how you doing? I've also downloaded, and I haven't looked at it yet, Legacy's new shed that came out this week as well, so we're going to plonk that somewhere on the map. I did, excellent. I'm good for something then, Daniel. I'm good for something. Blue Collar Gaming, can you check and see if the houses are barns? So I don't think they are. Somebody else asked me that. It might have been you, Blue Collar. Somebody asked that on the map tour as well. So I don't think they are, but there's kind of two debates over this, isn't there? No, doesn't appear they are. Some people like to remove everything on a map as soon as they download it. I think from a modder perspective or a map maker perspective, you've kind of spent ages creating your pride and joy. So those things have been placed for a reason. So, but if you want to, you can always go into Giants Editor and remove them. So what we'll do, I'm just going to abandon this here for a bit. But there's nice little, I mean, we talked about this in the map tour if you've not seen it yet. Just, there's lots and lots of little details around the map that make it really feel alive. No matter what mode you start in, you own all animal placeables, so it's a problem for your multiplayer. Sorenzo, yeah, that might be a little update he'll need to do to that. There was a problem that came up in FS19 a few times. Certain maps didn't work on multiplayer with different animal things. Let's see if we can. It's a sign. This goes in. I didn't say a reason why. I didn't say a reason. Good evening, T-Man. Nice to see you. So, I'm actually going to try and use relatively appropriate equipment for the map as well. I don't think it's a big machines map. This is going to be really hard to do, because my default is to always go straight for the biggest things I can find. But I will do my best. I actually wanted to use, because I still haven't found an opportunity to use it, is the versatile. Maybe not with crawlers. I want Julies though. Gotta give me jewels. Yes, always jewels. With indicators. better have a bit of GPS on it. It's going to blow most of my budget in one go. I could lease to own it, couldn't I? Shall we do that? Let's lease everything. Let's be a real farmer. Lease the whole shooting match. Ryan Swanson, this is a standard size map. So available on all platforms. I did have, you may have noticed or you may not have, but earlier on today I already had the thumbnail up and had to change it because it was released today. Wasn't prepped for it to be released today. I thought it would be out later in the week, but there we go. So what do we think? 23 meter header? Probably 36 is probably, yeah, let's go with 23. That feels sensible. Obviously, every single option that we could possibly have. It looks really good on the compact ones, doesn't it? Hey, Jeremy, no worries, mate. Hopefully you can watch it back later on and maybe next time. Chilliwack's a nice map as well. I saw some map tours of that earlier on, Semper. Yeah, it looks good. I am behind. If you hadn't noticed, I am also an idiot because I put my store deliveries elsewhere, so I'm going to have to find them now. Let's see what I can do here. Put some toys down at the dirt track for later on, so now I need to send those back, but there we go. Done, done, done. Has this map got a town? No, T-Man, it's not really. It's got a load of farms and a couple of grain sell points, but no town. No productions really at all on it, which I think I said in my map tour I'm okay with. It doesn't bother me that much. That started well. No, it doesn't faze me. I think you can... oh, this is not going to work, is it? Bear with me a second. Talk among yourselves for just a second. I didn't put Lumberjack in either, so I can't. Let's just move that away from there. There we go. TME Farms, nice to see you. How are you? Good to have you here. Hello, Scott. How are you? I saw your message in Discord as well before, Scott. Thank you very much for checking in on me. Appreciate that. Yes, I have been burning the midnight oil with real life work for about the last 2 weeks. As you might have noticed, the distinct lack of content due to that fact. But all done now. I'm back to some semblance of reality. Although I don't know if you've ever done that thing when you work like really hard on something and then let me just turn on my for some reason my whatchamacallit is not working. Force feedback, so I'm now going to have to turn on my centering spring. Yeah, you work everything every hour that God sends for a while, and when you stop, your body just goes, oh, we've stopped, good, I can make myself ill now, so I'm struggling a bit tonight. I've got the achy joints and a bit of a fever, so... but I couldn't not have a stream. I was looking forward to it, so there was no way I was going to call it quits tonight. I hope you enjoyed the trailer beforehand as well. A little bit of a push for Logging League. The first one, I'm going to try and do the first one on Saturday afternoon, evening. We've got a load of teams signed up, which is great, so I'm super keen to get the first one out of the way, because I think once we've done one, it might generate quite a lot of interest, and so I'm going to go with this Mora trailer, which I quite like. It's only 28 foot. So again, in keeping with the map a little bit more, and I'm going to go for Expendables. Please tell me I put it in. I don't think I did. I'm going to be sad now. Oh. I just check up here. I thought I'd put it in. No, I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna have to go old school. Go with a Mac. Let's go with the Pinnacle. I hardly ever use this. We've got in terms of Standard truck, there we go. And we'll give it a nice colour, there we go. What's the one? Ah. Oh. Thank you, Jeremy. That was exactly what I was looking for. Totally confusing. Told you it's been a while, right? I'm behind the curve. That is what I wanted, the old Bison. It's a great truck, this. At least that as well. I am going to be Mr. Det after this, aren't I? But I'm not going to bother getting an auger wagon because everything's... as Farmer Hamish has been working tirelessly behind the scenes for Login League. I think you guys might like it. We've gone kind of quite professional on it. We've got different camera angles. We've got 2 commentators. Not going to give away who they are, but let's get everything unfolded here. But you can probably guess. No grain bin on the starting farm, but you can sell those ones on the farm right next to yours and all the buildings. Curious what else you can sell. Right, let's fire this up. Don't even know what I'm cutting here. Wheat. There we go. And we're pogoing about here, so we might adjust our header height control in a minute. Yeah, look at that. All over the shop. So, we'll very quickly open HUD with mouse. T-Man, while I remember, did you sort your thing out? That was helpful, wasn't it? Did you sort your thing out? Did you sort out your Courseplay issues? You were looking for this, weren't you? So what you need to do is you need to turn off gameplay friendly hub. If you turn that on, and go back to here, you get that instead. So don't do that. Gameplay friendly HUD. Turn that off, and you'll get the little pop-up window. The O'Donnell boys, how you doing? Hey, Mark. Thanks for testing that. I was supposed to, and I didn't read my Discords, so that's on me. No, not that one. Not that one. There it is. Header height control. Right, we're off. Hope you're feeling better, Scott, actually. You were struggling a bit the other day, weren't you? So, has everybody managed to download this yet? And what do they think? I will say, if you spot anything, do drop Julian a note and just let him know on his Facebook. I think he'd appreciate that. I'm quite sure he'll make some pretty quick changes to it. Like to see all the equipment have the option to remove the Euro place. I could be a bit snobby like that as well. If I'm in America, I don't want red and white chevron stuff. I'm with you. Perfect multiplayer. I had 10 farms actually, or 10 areas. I'd counted a few less than that when I'd done the map tour, but yeah, it's great. It's great. It's just lots of detail on it. It's just well finished, well polished. Don't forget to give them a nice vote on the mod hub as well when you do it. So yeah, you might have noticed on the thumbnail as well, Giants have very kindly sent me a copy of the Year 2 expansion, Season Pass thing, whatever you call it. So I'm going to give that away tonight. So one of you lucky people will be set for the next 12 months in FarmSim by the end of the stream. Should be good fun. Joe, nice to see you, mate. How are you? quite liking smaller fields as well. Oh, I do like this versatile. This has sat in my mod folder since it came out, and I have not done anything with it, and now I'm seeing it, I'm like, yeah. This is good. Model House, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Do you have to be here to win? Yes, Jeremy, because you have to write something in chat, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure it won't be the last one I give away. So don't worry. Don't worry. And if you want to, you can... the link is in the description. I think it pops up every now and again in the chat as well. So if you want to pre-order it and use my code, that would be very much appreciated. Doesn't cost you anything extra to do that, and there's 30% off at the moment. Sorry, Jeremy, but... incentive to come back another time for another stream, right? Seth Master, been watching you for a while. First stream, not what I thought you looked like. I want to know what you thought I looked like now, Seth. Tell me. This could be fun. Upgradable factories. Haven't had a look at it yet, Matthew, so I don't know. Anything that tweaks productions, I'm all for. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you check the little poll I've got running at the top. Giants have asked me to reach out to you guys and see what you think about some of the things that have changed in Silveron and the Platinum expansion. So, if you want to give me a little click, I've also got a channel running on the Discord. If you want to put more detailed feedback in, that you're welcome to do that as well. You may have to quit your job so you can be here. Don't do that. I don't want to be responsible for. I don't want to be responsible for that, especially this close to Christmas. Shane, auto-drone Courseplay a gong. Sure, all my tracks are always getting stuck, frozen, easing waiting for call, or failing to find a course, or not making it to the waiting point. It's not something I've struggled with, Shane. We'll fire up some Courseplay and auto-drive in a bit, actually, and see what's happening. Is that just a bucket? Like, look. Is that just a bucket lying at the edge of the field? Let's see. Attention to detail. Right, Matthew. Don't lead the witness. There you go, we made a lap, that's good. So we can just set up the truck in the yard here. I might just sell this because, one, I don't have any grain bins, and two, I'd like to recoup some money if I can. Free bucket. Is it the bucket and sponge though? Yoss is brilliant mod. It's just great stuff. For me, that stuff makes maps. That little quirky attention to detail and stuff like that. Cracky, my audio is loud, isn't it? Is it just that combine, or... Let me just knock my sound back a bit. Or is it alright? You guys tell me, is it not bad? It looks to be peaking quite high on my... Maybe you want that. Maybe you don't want to hear me. Volume master. It's not that back. Right, there we go. I think it might be in that versatile might be a bit noisy. It's loud, it's fine. It's loud, it's fine. I don't think I did anything actually, looking at the peaks in here. I do think it might be that versatile being slightly too loud for... Joe, I'm from the little I've played on it over the last few days, I really am liking it. I think I said in my map tour, though, I think one of my frustrations with 22 over 19 yet is the attention to detail on maps. There's some nicely laid out maps and some big maps, but I kind of said this since the start. It feels like people rushed maps to get them out to start with. And if people had just stopped and taken a bit more time and crafted them slightly and tidied them up a little bit, you would get more maps like this. You know, Elk Mountain, I'm thinking, was fab. Calmsden, another brilliant map. You know, there aren't enough of those. Do you know what I mean? And that's no criticism of modders, right? They're trying to do their thing, and you know, there's demand from the community has been huge. Or we need more maps. We need more maps. So, but it's nice to have some detailed maps, right? Honest opinion on Silverrun is the new water and trees made that map. Without that, it's nothing special. I'd like to see them focus more on animal models like babies, males, and placeables. I think we might see that in the not too distant future, if I'm being honest. I think animals might get a bit of love, probably not till the next game, but I think there hasn't been a huge focus on animals for a few, although they improved the models a lot for 22. There hasn't been a huge, I think, focus on animals. And then I'm not sure. I mean, you guys tell me, but are as many people interested in the animals on FarmSim as they are driving machinery? And I wonder if that's partly to do with it. Do they judge the interest or engagement on certain bits and do things the other way? You need to play the maps you produce. If you don't enjoy it, then it's not good enough. It's a very good point, Mark. Very good point. Simon Hards, what am I thinking about the Season 2 pass? I think it's one of those things. I was on Argsy's stream this morning, and he kind of put out some interesting... I mean, the amount of fresh content for 22 there's been this year from Giants has been quite a lot, and it's not always to everybody's tastes, like the Antonio Carrero pack. The Kubota, the Vermeer stuff. But at the same time, there's been no shortage. You know, you think the AGI pack and the free updates as well. I don't think there's been any shortage of good content. So, and well, Platinum, the Silverrun, was, I think, a surprise to everybody. And everybody went from, oh, logging, that's not going to be fun, to, okay, this is really, really good. So, so I think, I mean, at the end of the day, it boils down to how much you play the game, and if you think you're going to be playing it in a year's time. And I mean, for me, at the moment, FarmSim is the only game I play. So I would get it even not knowing what was coming, although we now know it's a Polish map, which, again, there's a massive, massive FarmSim community in Poland, right? It's really big. Probably second behind Germany, actually. So yeah, no, I think it's going to be worth it. Why pay for DLC if you get great mods for free daily? Again, Max, that's a valid point. If you can live without it, and this is the point, right? It's purely a choice thing. So if you're like, I don't want to spend $40 on new content, I'm not going to do it. But if you kind of like, well, I want everything that the game has to offer, you've got that option as well. Personally, I think that difference in quality of modded, like free mods that we get versus the standard stuff. Did you see the pop arrive? Yeah, this is I've shifted everything. I've shifted the whole studio around. I've got a vid coming on it actually in the next wee while because finally it's been bugging me for ages. So I've finally sorted it out. Double crops, as in two planting cycles. Joe, let me check. No, but it's quite well staggered. So you could keep yourself busy from June right through to November with harvest, depending on what you plant, which is quite good. But no double crops, no. Somebody asked me actually before I saw it, and then I got distracted. Hannah, Indiana, is it good for multiplayer? Well, Args and I are playing on it. And again, if you can ignore some of the little bugs and things with it, it's a fun map. We're enjoying it. The fields aren't crazy big, so you don't feel like you're doing the same thing for hours on end if it's just a few of you playing, but yeah, no, we're enjoying it so far. I think it is, Tim. I think it must be, mate. There's like an early spring clean. I was taking a leaf out of your book in the last couple of weeks, Tim. I think probably on average I've worked about 15 hours a day for the last 2 weeks solidly for a big pitch that we did yesterday for quite an important client. If we get it, it's going to really shape the new business. I don't think we'll get it, but you've got to try these things, right? So yeah, unfortunately FarmSim has taken a back seat over the last couple of weeks big time, but that's it now. Pressure's off, back to just working for clients again, so hopefully the next couple of weeks should be a little bit less stressful. Fingers crossed. You can all cross your fingers for me. I don't like to tempt fate, so I won't tell you who it is until either we win it or lose it. But for Scotland and Edinburgh, it's a big deal. Been watching the continuation of FSG Argsy No Man's Land from Scott, Mighty Mike in December. They are doing a brilliant job on that, aren't they? And actually Args said the other day, which I thought was a good idea, was that we should at some point down the line take it back over again and see what everybody's done to it. Jeremy, take care, man. All the best, and I will. I'm sure we'll see you again soon, mate. Oof, yeah, well, exactly, Tim. Put in the hard yards, you get rewarded for it, so good luck with that, mate. Sumalainen! What games do I play? I wish I could play more of other stuff, Sumalainen, but at the moment, this is taking all my time up, but I don't know if you can see it in the background there. The rig, the sim rig, has been moved about because I haven't got time to play it at the moment, so that was part of the office reorg, so it's sitting in the middle of nowhere. That's 125 years old, that, Tim. That original house mantle, that, made of cast iron is. It's got some questionable tiles that have been put in more recently, but yeah, it's like -5 tonight. 11 years since you had your liver transplant. That's amazing, Saran. You've got to love modern medicine, haven't you? You've got to love modern medicine. Amazing. Congratulations, Saran. And I assume you're fighting fit and Strody, just let her get it. Yeah, Nerdy Nana, you'll it's really nice. It's really nicely done. I've got a bit of relight running on it as well, so the lighting's nice and sharp. I'm going to run out and let me just cut out of here on 99%. Look, I planned it. Look at that. Jeez, Tim. And what, you decided to get the most stressful job in the world after that? Oh, you're some man. Respect. Respect to you. Respect to you. Yeah, I was saying about my house, Tim, that our house is 127 years old, and it's a stone house, and the walls are like this thick. I mean, they're a foot and a half thick. They're massively thick, but it's just sandstone, like a lot of old Edinburgh houses are. And in the summer, the sun heats up the brick, the stone, and retains it, and the whole place turns into an oven. And in the winter, it's -5 outside at the moment. In the winter, it turns it into a fridge, and it costs a fortune to heat it. How much? Well, it's got lath and plaster. I don't know if you know that well what lath and plaster is, but it's a very old traditional method. So loads of the walls there's about an inch of plaster because they've been replastered a few times, but then it's basically thin wooden battens, and then they throw this. I can only describe it as plaster. I don't know what it is. But in essence, it's a wet plaster that they basically fill it all in with very roughly, and then skim over the top with plaster. Very traditional. So when you actually hang something in the wall, you go through the plasterboard and you go through this rubbish lath and plaster stuff on internal walls. On the outside walls, it is a jackhammer to get through, but on the internal walls, you go through the plaster, and then the whole wall behind it just collapses because it's 125 years old. Dirt, yeah, it's basically wattle and daub. A nightmare is what lath and plaster is. Jason knows. Jason knows. So yeah, it's a bit of a money sink, our house, but we love it all the same. Wouldn't change it for anything. When we were redecorating when we first moved in, we've had it for 10 years now, and we removed some of the wallpaper from the walls, and underneath, like hand drawn, little invisible something there. Have I just got myself stuck on a tree? Yeah, underneath the oh crikey! How did I manage that? There we go. Underneath the wallpaper when we pulled it off, and I don't know if this is a thing anywhere else in the world, the paper, the guy who'd hung the paper in 1920 signed his work called Mr. Paperhanger, and he'd drawn a sketch of him, and it was like a bearded gentleman with a pipe. So we left that uncovered and have put a little bit of perspex over it to keep it safe, and we repainted the rest of the room. But stuff like that's so cool. Is it haunted? I don't know, but somebody did die in this house, so maybe, Tim. You never know. You never know. Mellow Rebel, you're right, yeah. Hey Michael, yes, I have been incredibly busy with my new venture, I started my own company, for those who didn't know. Design and marketing agency, and we've got off to a really positive start. We've kind of brought some big clients in straight away, but it has taken a lot of work, a lot of hours of the day. So all that spare time I had in my old job that I couldn't stand is now coming back to haunt me. You may be amazed how many houses have people died. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. As long as it's a friendly ghost, we don't mind, do we? We'll get this done, and we might go and cut a bit of grass next. I was going to put a was going to put a silo up, a fermenting silo up as well. So we'll cut a bit of grass. Pop a silo up. Oh look, there's a ghost. That invisible pedestrian that just appeared out of nowhere. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Hopefully we're back to a little bit more semblance of normality. Daniel, take care, mate. We'll see you again soon. Top with his ghost. There you go, there's the link for the new season pass. Like I said, 30% off at the moment. I like the fact it's got custom traffic on the map as well. So that's the Ford truck there, and I think it's I'm going to embarrass myself now with my lack of knowledge on American cars, but there's a I don't know what it is. I'm not even going to try. I'm going to pretend. This map is special. Never thought I was going to get excited about traffic. There's a Prius. I had a stat once about Prius, and I don't know if it's right, but apparently the cost of mining the battery, I'm sure the same for most electric cars, right? The cost of mining the materials, raw materials for the batteries, and the cost of disposing of the batteries at the end of the life of the Prius is more than if you just drove like a V8 Range Rover for 20 years. So we're just amusing the government agenda, right? Dodge Challenger, there we go. I was going to say Charger, but that's slightly older, isn't it? There we go. Right, let's just leave this and find out who's selling it for the most. I quite like the fact there's not a lot of stuff on here. 283 Ohio Agri Corp. Where's that? I think that's Butler's. Yeah, it's this one. Some people like, I've said this before, haven't I? Some people like all of the productions on the map straight away. I'm the other way. I'll put them down if I need them. And actually, I'd rather have an uncluttered map. Never have my... Does anybody else have this when you get a new map? It takes you ages to get your bearings. Shut the cover. Still got the lag. Look at the inside of this truck though. Look at the detail in that, it's great. There's one. There's my junction. I thought this was quite nice. The little wood shop there was nice. No traffic coming. Oh, is he going to stop for me? No. Just got away with it. Look at the gear stick shifting as well. Put that in it. D-Man's fire barrel. He's doing man stuff. The Ghost of Jim. I like that, Tim. Government agenda. No more or less like a few % of people who don't live in reality. Yeah, I know, right? Let's... Do not enter. Okay. We're going the wrong way. Didn't see that. Probably selling this at an appalling time to sell it. I think this has only got one hopper as well, that's why I like this trailer. You can unload it all from just the one hopper. Right, there we go. Now this is a new save, so it's not going to give me real data, but yes, on the floor. On the floor. But there you go, c'est la vie. As long as nobody's coming the other way, right, Nerdy? Wrong way, Feldman! The longer I play this map, the more I like it. That, I always think that's a sign of a good map, right? It piques your interest to start with, and then you just keep playing it and enjoying it. It just, it's good from that perspective. And it's big fields as well. That's a big field, right? Look at this guy. Get out of the way. You know, there's some big fields, so there's some nice choice on it as well. Small fields and big fields. And I'm so pleased it's on console, right? They've been... Probably Calmsden was the last map of this kind of quality, I think. Is that fair? Can you hear the engine sound? How good is that engine sound? It'll come off the road. The Chevy truck is from Expendables Modding. It's one of my favourites. Kind of just a little bit further down the pecking order than the big trucks, so kind of works nicely for a medium-sized map like this. I like it. I like it a lot. 10 out of 10 if you can name that film. Does Courseplay work? Most new maps it messes up more than... Is that right? I've not really had that experience, but we will do a test. Because I do have a field of soybeans up here, which we'll set it up on. I know I tended to just... I just wanted to drive this one, because it was a nice one and an odd-shaped field, but... We will do a test. Hey, Music Man! And Scott, well done. And Tim, jeez. Courseplay works great on this map. Nice one, Aussie. Glad to hear it. Dumb and Dumber is such a stupid film. It's one of those films that's so stupid it's brilliant. Playing it as you watch. Nice, Aussie. I think there's quite a few people doing that tonight. You can't sell the buildings, Chris. No. No, a lot of the buildings you can't do that. We were talking about that earlier on. I think it's I know people want choice, but again, I think mappers make their map how they want it made. So, I mean, you can still go into Giant's Editor. It's just not as easy as hitting the demolish button. But I get that people want flexibility as well, so... Ace Ventura, yeah, well, all of them. Step Brothers as well. I love a good Will Ferrell movie. Talladega Nights. Classic. Do you know, actually, this feels a lot like Liberty Fields. You can tell it's from the same mapper. There's kind of like a style to it, right? I kind of think, you know, if you've not seen the latest Court Farms images as well from Oxy today, that's going to be pretty special as well. Nice, Andrew. Nice. Yeah, like I said, I did this pitch yesterday. It was a 2-hour presentation. Like 2 weeks' worth of work gone into it. And I'd been on it the whole time, and when we stopped, and I went home, My body just went, nope. And I was in my bed at 7:30 last night. Hey, good load. How you doing? I like to clean up field edges and extend things together. Things like the old rundown barns and piles of debris on maps that you can't turn down are in the way. I'll pose you the flip side to that. They're the thing for me that give this map the character that's got. That's what I like about this. So I think, yeah, loads of different people that actually have just different ways they want to play, right? There you go, claim to fame, easy. When will we see your child? I would love to do my childhood farm in FarmSim. Unfortunately, I don't have the talent to be able to do it, but it was kind of unique. So, where I come from in Cheshire is a very flat part of the country. Other than where we lived, where we had 2 hills, and on the top of each of the hills, they had castles. So, right between the two, right between the farm and all the farmland in the middle, about a mile apart, were 2 castles. I'm going to hit these trees again. I've got to remember to avoid them. Hey Driss, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Fashionably late. That's alright. Everyone's always welcome whenever. Now I'm going to be nice and probably do the draw. I'm not going to make you all sit here till the end because that's just mean. That's an underhand YouTuber tactic to wait till the end of the stream, so I'll probably do the draw in about 15 minutes. How about that? Somebody need to remind me. Isn't one of the buildings from Liberty Fields? I expect probably more than one of the buildings is Epic because it's the same modder, so he's probably updated some of these models from his Liberty Fields map. FS Landscaping, how are you, man? Nice to see you. Julian adds a custom crop calendar to this beauty. Well, be sure to be sure to drop him a like and a chat on Facebook. He's pretty active on there, and I'm sure he'd love to hear what everybody thinks of the map. Anybody finds any little bugs or issues with it, they want to point out to him and highlight things like that as well. Custom crop calendars and stuff would be good. No, good call, that is. For sure. Right, so what we'll do, we will finish this field. We will set the combine to go on another field. I'm going to run the gauntlet. Do I run the gauntlet? How far away is my other field? Do I run the gauntlet? 18. No, it's quite a long way away. I was going to say, I'm going to have to get a header trailer. Hello, Andrew. Thank you for the sub, and whoever subbed before then. I missed it. Terrible. Yes, thank you. Well said, Amos. I always forget to say that, but if you are enjoying it, there's 241 of you in here, so if you are enjoying it and you fancy hitting the like button, it does help the channel. Lets more people see it, and they can come and watch as well, so much appreciated. Finished your row. Oh, Titan Bars, nice one, mate. Congratulations. It's a proper sense of achievement finishing the roller coaster, isn't it? If you've gone through it, Leinster, who's one of my regulars in Discord, he'd done it, like cut every tree down to make it, which I thought was nice. There must be kind of a real sense of achievement when you've done that. Me, I've not done it yet. I need to carve out some time to do that. Oh, that bird was close. So I have a question, because I don't know. There was a few comments on the map, and there was like eye rolling and I think probably from Michigan folk. What's the deal with Ohio? I'd love to know. Do they not get on? Do they not see eye to eye or Buckeye to Buckeye? This little versatile has been a perfect size combine for this, hasn't it? Of course I had to put massive college football. Right, fair enough. The uni, yeah. University teams. Got you. By the way, go blue. Nice, Epic. Herb, I strongly recommend you check it out. It is a very, very nice map. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It has got lots of potential. The Flying Master Chef. Michigan fan, perchance? Can be a good bit of football rivalry. We're chuckling at the moment because England are doing okay in the World Cup. We'll soon find out on Saturday against the French, but yeah, they've been doing quite well. And obviously living in Scotland as an Englishman, they do not like the fact, one, they didn't even qualify, so, which is standard for Scotland. We are gods. But they hate to see us doing well. Like, good-natured, but they wouldn't be sorry if we got knocked out and beaten soundly by the French. Because that's just the way it is. Take care, Scott. Nice to see you, mate. No stream from you tonight? Are you, you having a night off? Holland, yeah, Dutch are playing well. Your new wonder kid. Playing better than the Belgians, anyway. Stream on Sunday, very good. I was wondering if you'd bite. Could we win? I'm a realist, so no. We've got the potential, we've got the talent to win. I just don't think we handle it very well. When we get there. Barek, how are you, man? I have not seen you for a very long time, sir. You let the rest of the world have a free pass. And you turn up in your kilts and you make friends with everybody. That counts for a lot. It beats being universally hated throughout Europe, which is what the English are. Gary's properly stoking the fire now. When the Ohio maps are better than the Michigan maps. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Max. I'll not ask you who you support for Formula 1. Right. Am I going to be... No, I was going to say, am I going to be lazy and try and run this along the road? But I'm not. I'm going to be sensible. I'm going to get a header trailer. Obama for ya mama. Thank you, mate. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? It is good. I am looking for header trailers. Yep. Somewhere along here. Does anybody still have trouble with these? Other than a certain individual who will remain nameless. Who said to me the other day he still takes about 15 minutes to hook it up, so he's given up on it. But the Honeybee Headers trailer I think is quite good. I don't know, Epic. I'm quite enjoying it, if I'm being honest. So I may, I'm kind of in that limbo. I don't have any real plans for content at the moment. Oh, I've done that well, haven't I? What a clown. It's coming to that end of year thing, and I'm especially after you've had a, after you've had a bit of time off. You come back and like, well, do I need to refresh things and restart things? And so I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm being honest. I like it enough to keep playing it, and we'll maybe see. Let's abandon this here on a questionable slope. Does the fuel tank only lock in without the toolbox? What do you mean, Jason? You find it funny a lot of England haters while wearing their Man U in Liverpool? Yeah, yeah. That's because Scottish football's atrocious. Driz, you can't defend that. Tell me I'm right. The nice pickup truck, there is a link to Northwest Mods and Edits in the description. It is a gorgeous truck. Need a silver combine in Ohio. Do I? Right, what am I doing here? What am I doing? Slanted wise, it needs to be this way. So, let's drop that there. And we'll just leave this here until, in fact, we'll turn it around and then we'll get the back hooked up, and then the front bit's easy after that. Have I left myself enough space there to turn? Let's see. Where's my triangle? It's on that side. When you guys say football, you mean soccer? Oh, we're not even starting on that one, Chris. No, we mean football. The game you use your foot to kick the ball with. I can't get into this one. I can't get into this now. Come on, where's my triggers? Give me the trigger. I think, is it with this one you need to be even further over? Alright. Actually, I think I've got it the wrong way around. Have I? No, I've got it the right way around. Fold the header. Farmer Ed. I'm going to embarrass myself now after going, it's so easy and it's loads of fun. I might need to move further back. I've never used it with the smaller ones actually, so there we go. I need to go further back. That was all I needed. Weasel, thank you for the sub. I hope I read that right. It's very small in the background there, so come on. Let's get lined up. Quite twitchy this bit. Oh. Good one. That'll do. That'll do, pig. Sneak out of here, I think. Ooh. The girly 18-year-old Mark Thor, silently, out of practice. Stealthily getting rid of the girls. Didn't that happen this morning, Mark, when you rocked up, the girls rocked up? Just saying. Oh, you're a Rangers fan, are you? Landscaping? Right, yeah, what we'll do, we'll set the... we'll set this up, and we'll set a Courseplay course on it. We'll do maybe do a self-unload and park the truck at the side of the field as well. And then it can just do its own thing without getting interrupted. I quite like the fact there's a bit of grass to the edges of the fields as well. And that fence is quite close, isn't it? I wonder if that'll cause us any grief. We shall find out. Was at work on my mobile, not a girl in sight. Draw reminder, thank you, Music Man. Well done. I appreciate that. Let me park this header up, and we will run that draw right now. So, I have got a copy of the Year 2 Season Pass. Thank you very much to Giants for providing that. That was very generous of them this week. So, all I need you to do is write in the chat, what should we put? Let's put... I'm going to write it in here so you can copy it. Everybody put Year 2, and if you want to win a copy, or try and win a copy of the Season Pass for Year 2, type in, don't worry about caps, should work. I've set it to be caps agnostic. So fire that in and make sure there's no space in it, Hendrik. Year 2, no space. You don't need to do it more than once as well. Make sure you've got no space in it, guys. And we'll just let it run for a couple of minutes while I bring the combine over, and then we'll have a roll. Remember, this is a 40, well, it's 30% off at the moment, so it's this is where my terrible maths kicks in. It's a 50 pound euro bucks. It's a good bit of content you're going to get. And if you're unfortunate enough to not win it, there is a link there to order it, pre-order it. Use FarmSim Guy. That's without the. Or use the link in the description. Hey Pleasant, I am loving the map so far. Really nice. Performance-wise, it's great too. Frame rate-wise, it's solidly at 60, and I am running high settings, 400+% view distance on my game. So yeah, no, I'm loving it. Loving it. Right, last chance, folks. Year 2, no space in the chat if you want to be in with a chance of winning the copy of the Year 2 Season Pass. Not knowing what's in it other than a Polish map. But hey, free stuff's free stuff, right? You can't get enough free stuff. Right. Here we go. There's a car coming that way, and there's a car behind us. Let us pull off the road here. Let them go past. We'll get this header hooked up quickly. I guess there's still a few Year 2ers spamming in there. Remember, you only need to do it once. So if you've done it Year 2 without a space, you should be good. I'll check and make sure everyone's still eligible. But let's grab that. Let's do that. Well, that will all be in the right place there. We'll cut into this quickly. We are still going. Year 2. Oh, unfold. Power up, cut in here. Just a little bit. And then we'll set up a little Courseplay course. There we go. We were going to have a look at Legacy Shed as well, weren't we? We'll do that at some point. Right, Courseplay me up. What have we got here? We are here. Oh, it's going to be fun through there, isn't it? Let's see how we get on, shall we? Create a job. Courseplay fieldwork. Picked up the field, that's a nice sign. First, multiple to number of headlands. Let's do 3. Start on the headlands. Clockwise. Everything else the same. Generate, let's see how we go. Go back. That looks pretty tidy. See how we get on. Let's go back just a sec. Lined up nicely there. First waypoint. Off you pop. And we'll just go in as well and we will combine self-unload. That's always good fun. Haven't done that for a while. Loving this. Like I said, it's been in my mod folder for a while and hadn't found an appropriate course to use it on, but I have now. Right, it looks like we've run out of year 2s, so wowee. There are a lot of you have completed that, so good luck everyone, keep an eye on the chat, and winner, oh by the way I have to say, winner, you need to contact me on Discord afterwards. But there we go. Congratulations to Mr. Alex Peterson. Great work, mate. Congratulations, Alex. And you've been around for a while, mate. You've been a sub for a while, so that's nice to see. Congratulations, mate. Alex, I'm going to get a pen and write that down or I'll forget. Pen now, am I? Bear with me. Sorted. Oh dear. Battering stuff off my... I've got 2 joysticks now. That was one of the reasons I wanted to set something up as well. Ah, you see? Well, well, well. Oh, that might be a slight issue. Oh, no, 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 no. Last waypoint, nearest waypoint, unfold. What, did you really want? Your chat is a bit slow. You certainly did, Alex. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations. Let's see if he'll sneak around now. Come on, turn, 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 turn. Oh, oh, oh. Just want to get this first little bit here, and then we're good. Might have to flag this one. There's a lot. Most of the things on the map have been good. There's enough space on a lot of the spaces on the map, but that is quite tight, isn't it? I wonder if that tree line might be an issue as well. Let's see. Even the turn on the corner here might be a challenge. Alex Peterson, you really, really did win. Yes, if you scroll back up and look at the Nightbot thing, you will see. Fences. I don't mind fences. They just need a little bit of space between them, don't they? I'm rocking some serious Oh, I think we might be good now. I think it might just have been just that first turn. So there you go, tip. If you're starting on this field, start on that edge. Start on that edge until you've sussed it. I'm sure that's the sort of thing that that Julian will be more than happy to sort if it's raised to him. Yes, Alex, if you can drop me a note on Discord, and we will get your I'll get you your code. There you go. It's always nice to give away a little gift. It is an awesome map, and you know what? Some people get really upset, right, when a new map comes out. They're like, oh, this doesn't work and this doesn't work. Most of the time, you get so close to something. I'm the same when I'm like, if you build a website or you build, like in my job, you get so close and so wedded to something, and there's so many different variables, right? You're bound to miss something. So just be courteous to the map maker and go, hey, I've spotted this. It might be a bit of an issue. 999 times out of 1,000 they're going to go, thanks for letting me know, I'll get that sorted, as opposed to flying off the handle and giving them a hard time, right? So there you go, that's my bit. And at the end of the day, it's not like you paid for it, it is free. These are free mods, remember that. There we go. Sell some of my incredibly cheap wheat. Look at the speed that empties as well. There's a big hopper in the bottom of that. Yeah, I don't know how it'll work with the season pass, because I guess with the year 1 season pass the game came out and then it was probably about 3 months before the first expansion. Was it even as much as that? When did Antonio Carrera come out? Maybe a couple of months? So, exactly, Gary. It's like, oh, sorry, that's one less pedestrian. Meatball, here he is. I'm running Courseplay here, Meatball. No problems at all. We were just saying, Meatball, just that's the sort of thing you just need to drop onto Julian's at Facebook and just say, hey, tried it a few times, here are the fields I've tried it on that didn't seem to work too well with Courseplay, and I'm sure he'll be happy to fix the boundaries. Exactly. Need to work on their roadcraft. Right. I'm going to leave him to run and see what happens. We are going to go back to here, and we are going to get ourselves a little mower, and I have got... It's still not out yet. Scooter's Workbench's Batwing, I think. Or do we go with BC Bueller's forage harvesters? Is it harvesters? BC Bueller's. Oh, it's not in there either. What would it be in? You prefer square fields with no islands and weird stuff. Each to their own, mate. Yeah, I know there's a lot of fields out there. There's a lot of maps out there like that. Where's BC Bueller's little... the headers are in there, so why can't I find the rest of it? Mowers. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Oh. A doofus. Ace. Challenger. Heston. Oh, I quite like Heston. Go Heston. Lease that as well. See, 2 weeks off the game and use your English. I say that to the kids sometimes, Chris, when they can't get them. I'm like, use your words. Come on, use your words. As you can imagine, it goes down like a lead balloon. Mowers. Cool. Eston. Lease it as well. Aim is to lease everything. Alex Peterson, need to wait 10 minutes before you can write to FSG. That's alright, mate, we'll still be on. And then you can do that. Right, let's go cut some grass. Is that in the mod hub? It is indeed, Tracer. Hammer Mike, did I see your question? If you have the FS22 game already, should I get the Season 1 or the Platinum? So, Platinum Expansion. So there's the... Season 1 includes the Platinum Expansion. The Platinum version of the game is now replaced the base game. So if you've already got the game, you just need... help me out if I'm wrong here, guys. The Season Pass. Yeah, get the Season 1. Get the Year 1 rather than the full game again, because you'll end up with 2 copies of the game. Well, this could be a bit Courseplay. Oh, I haven't got GPS on this. Oh well. Platinum Expansion. Yes. I might do a couple of laps of this and then I might set up a little auto drive and Courseplay around this field to pick up this grass, because we've not done that for a while either. Here he is. Can he join? Hello, Args. Yes, Args, you can. Ooh, that's where Legacy Shed's gonna go. Actually, I'm just thinking, I probably need to set this up on a Courseplay, don't I? Because we'll need to use that course for the forage wagon. So let's do that. I shouldn't have gone round. I should have set it up early, but that's okay. It's another good test for Courseplay, right? We'll create a job. We will go to Courseplay fieldwork. It's picked up the field nicely. Let's go with 2 headlands. Let's go with 3 again. Generate fieldwork course. Jeremy Freeman. $6 months, mate. Oxy rules. Do you even need to change that, or do you have to type? If you type that in every time, that is the kind of dedication I'm impressed with. If it's just there every time you open it up, I'm no longer impressed. First waypoint, right. Off you pop. Yeah, he's going to lap round there at the start, but while he does that, we will go and get our... I'm going to place my silo. Where are we going to place our silo? Where are we going to place our silo? It seems like the logical place just here, doesn't it? So, silos. Don't want a big one, because I've not got a big farm. Doesn't tell me how much that'll take, but I'm assuming it's quite a lot. Shop area is restricted. Of course it is. Right, well let me move my shop area to somewhere else, like here. Should give us the opportunity to place now. You've said it so many times, your phone autofills. Why does that not surprise me? Yeah, we're going to go for this little one here. There's our tip point and our unload. Quite a nice little space there. I'll just make sure that I'm not too close to the... Be tight this, couldn't it? Probably need to move it like there. Yep. A little bit of landscape, or maybe come back and landscape that, but there's our tip point there. So let's get ourselves a little pickup. FSG or have you caught up with Kidurk recently, or is he is his kids were sick, and vis-a-vis if your kids are sick you end up being sick as well, so he's not well at the moment. But he's doing alright. He's a busy man. Forage wagons. I think I've only got base game forage wagons in here, so we will go for, I don't know, something like, I'm going to go with something relatively small, I think. Not going to bother with additive tanks. That'll do. Yes. And what will we go with tractor-wise? Let's get something quite nice tractor-wise. Worst nightmare, no internet. I know, right? It's almost like I'm sitting in the corner rocking, panicking when you lose the internet. Let's go for Mr. Skywalker Farms. John Deere 8000 series. Because they are nice tractors. Nice little row crops on them. Oh, that looks weird. Let's leave them. Take the GPS. Oh, that's not even GPS, is it? Interior details, both. Whatever those interior details are, we're having both of them. Exterior details, mirror, a rear mirror, that's quite nice. Flashes? Oh no. They annoy me as much as chevrons do. Beacons. Maybe put one on. A little weight on the front. Trailer hitch. 2 point. 3 point. Front attachment on. Safety bar and hammer strap. Is that even a thing? Will that cause us grief? Surely not. EPS, yes. 103 grand? You're kidding. Is that a big whack a massive engine in it as well? Because we're leasing everything. There's a Mark Thor forage wagon. There's always a Mark Thor mod somewhere, lurking somewhere, isn't there? Right, like I said, I'm trying to behave myself and not just get massive machines going. So, what am I going to do first here? Let's set up the auto drive course. It's going to have a fallout with traffic, I can see this now. Oh, this has got a high hitch on it. Is this going to work? Ah. He's not going to work. That's kind of annoying. Aye, alright. Calm down, man. Well, I'm going to keep that tractor because I like it. Take care, Peter. All the best. You need an Alice FSG. Do you know what? I've got the big one. But it's too big for this. I don't even know if it's in mediums. You know what I'll take for in here? Let's take a little Fent, shall we? A modern Fent. I haven't even got a good Fent in here. Oh, I've got the lower end of... Oh, this is kind of annoying. I see I've got the little Alice there. But that's massive too. I can't tow a forage wagon with that. That looks silly. Right, fine. I'm just going to pick 700. Didn't even want this. I wish I'd bought, wish I'd remembered to install a non-base game forage wagon. But we are where we are. High hitch, there we go, look at that, nice. So, auto drive course first. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Prius. Let's start it about here, shall we? This could be fun. 2 weeks off. If we can remember how to use auto drive. Edit mode. Record. Oh. Line height above tractor. Show next path. No. Oh. Yeah, still recording. Just switches it off for some reason. Oh, I don't think I'm close enough. This could be a disaster. I haven't got my triggers in either, so let's just try it, shall we? Silo tip. Okay. Am I far enough past? Probably not either. Just roll around. Telegraph pole's going to be a disaster too, and I'm going to cross the streams. Everything about this is wrong. Plus traffic, which I'm not going to turn off just to test. And we will stop here. What field is this? Field 1. Nice. Okay, let's in. Field 1. Wait! Now we just need to loop round. Should have put it further down actually. Oh, look at that, crossing over again. The days when I had time to work out how stuff worked. Miss those days. Alex Peterson, there's a link. I think if you do exclamation mark Discord as well, you can join my Discord. What's going on here? There we go. Right. Silo tip. Unload. Courseplay course. Now I've got a load of Courseplay course up. Which would be this one, which I haven't saved here yet, so that would be a waste of time. Let's go over there again. Save this course. Oh my god, did I just nearly cancel job then? That would have been hilarious, wouldn't it? Enter vehicle. Swather. Create new folder. Field 1. I always forget to do this, so there you go. Field 1. Save course. Oh, handy. Swather. Okay. Back. Now, if I go back to my tractor. And here, load, swather, load course, activate it. Go back. Turn this on. do this one. Field 1 weight, unload, silo tip, grass, go. Let's see how this goes. Stuck. Already. Why is that? Collisions. Collisions, collisions. Silo tip. Come on. That tells me my silo tip is way off. So I'm gonna actually put my silo tip. How do I delete again? I mean, crikey, I'm so rusty with this. Field 1 weight, no, not that one. Silo tip is on fill. So it is. What an idiot. Let me just move these down here. I'm going to do it the lazy way. Hope Farmer Ed's not here, he'll be crying. So I want to unload, don't I? I want that one. No, I want that one. Field 1 weight, silo tip, grass. Go. Watch me hit. I'm going to hit this telegraph pole now as well. I will wait for Ed to do the auto drive. You and me both. Never... First rule, never work with animals, kids, or a live demo of auto drive or Courseplay without practicing it a few times first. Hogsy hell, he doesn't know what he's doing. Oh yeah, turn up now, Ed. What's... all the problems solved now? Right. Let's see if this works. I don't know why he's not picked up the outside bit, but we'll go with it for now. Nearest waypoint rather than first waypoint, that was it. Didn't need you anyway, Ed. All is good. There you go, a bit messy on the corners, but... There's a lot of drunks walking the fields. Yeah, my only issue there was I should have set it to first waypoint rather than closest waypoint, but we can tidy it up at the end. That's not bad really though. Can't really complain of that, can we? The swather's gone, and this is the only thing, the swather and the trailer are going to bump into each other at some point, aren't they? Guaranteed. So I think it might be the odd field that maybe isn't too Courseplay friendly. I think if the stuff that's too close to the edge of the field, so there's a good example. I reckon. No, that's probably alright if you're on a straight edge. There is a few things, like we have the fence in the other field. I think there's a few things that are quite tight that might cause you a few issues. But how's our combine going actually? Should we go and see if he's wedged against a... He's not, but he's full and hasn't... Ah, the truck's full. There we go. Was listening headphones in. Truck is not full. Interesting. Wonder if he's not been able to find him then. He's obviously done it a couple of times. Let's see if So it's worked to a point and then decided to not work. Have to get out of the way quick when he's finished. We make things a bit safer. Ryan P, love this map. The atmosphere is great. What an awesome addition it is, isn't it? It's just a lovely map. Not in field properly. Yeah, fair enough, Ed. So the further away he gets, he doesn't... Yeah, fair enough. We'll take that one. We'll take that one. He needs an unload anyway, so... We'll let him push on, and we'll park it inside the field this time. Nobody... No, the traffic's good. It's not getting in the way too much. I like that. I'm going to sell this as well. We've actually done quite well with them. I mean, crikey, our lease costs are going to be through the roof, but... I love it when those Dodges go past. That engine sounds brilliant. Right. Got a paltry income from this as well. Zoom. Oh, 17 grand, that's not bad. It's not a big trailer. Paul Wright, hello sir, how are you doing? Must be morning for you. Good morning. Right, let's get it actually in the field this time. There's barely a load left actually, being soybeans. Look at me, like total don't care about cost of fuel. Leave my truck running. Right, how are we doing down here? Has he delivered yet? I think he's delivered and come back. He has, you know. He's only gone and done it. Ye of little faith, people. $23,000 litres in there. Take care, Andy. Have a good one, mate. 4 AM. Whoa, good for you, mate. Have a good one. Oh, we'll go and have... Well, that's... Before we leave the stream, we'll go and have a ride around the dirt track. Yeah, this isn't... He's not even going to get 50% in here, is he? And our swather has just finished too. I have to buy the cow barn at this rate. Now here's a... I wonder if he'll pick up the outside headland with the forage wagon when he's finished doing the rest of it. Interesting. We shall see. There you go, it's another first. I've not used this yet either. Used the John Deere one, but I've not used this one before. I like it. Okay. Must be getting on wealthy-wise out here. Everybody's rocking a sports car or a nice truck. Might put Fusion's Anhydrous mod on this as well. For later gameplays. If you guys are enjoying this, we might run a few Wednesday night streams on this. Maybe even a few vids as well. I'm certainly enjoying it, so why not? Why not? That's parked up. Nice size shed as well there. I will replace this Fent and this this pickup wagon though. They are not permanent fixtures on the farm. No way, Jose. I'll be using this bad boy. Right, let's go back because I think I'll combine yet. A couple of rows left, so I'm intrigued to know if when he gets to the end of the field, whether he'll unload at the truck or he'll just stop where the field finishes. Let's see. Hendrik Olsen, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? 19 months, Hamish. Jeez, oh. I have got to say a very big thank you to Hamish as well. He has been instrumental in us getting Logging League sorted out the last couple of weeks. I can't thank you enough for all the effort you've put in, mate. It's brilliant. It's fair to say it wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for you, so I appreciate it, mate. Did I see MB Farms is coming out with Automokes 4 times? This I did. Yes, I think that'll be good. That will be good. Yeah, I love the idea of maybe joining maps up in the future. I think it's that's actually a good question, Kim, because I changed my settings tonight. Can you watch it in 4K now or 1440 as a stream, as a live stream? Because I had it on ultra low latency for because being able to speak to chat. So I don't know if there's been quite a long lag tonight between me speaking and me picking up your replies, or it's actually not been too bad. But the other thing is, if you're in ultra low latency, you can only do 1080p. 1080p is the best. Okay, I wonder if it's post-stream then it encodes it again. It's awful compared to Twitch. YouTube streaming is so pixelated. I don't know why they've not worked out what Twitch are doing and applied it. Right, I think he is going to unload at the truck. That's good. So I might need to go to high latency, which means then it can be 10 seconds plus between chat and my interaction, because either I don't see it or you know, you guys are 10 seconds behind me playing live or something crazy like that. So 4K is only available if you have paid YouTube. Ah, okay. If you're a premium YouTuber. How long does that YouTube start gifted members? A while. Oh, come on. Don't be bashing my truck. Oh yes, now pipe away now. Pipe out again. Even though it has its little wobbles every now and then, you think of the amount of calculations that are going on to do that. It is pretty damn clever, isn't it? Mr. Steel Horse, how are you? What's happening, man? Just waking up, I expect. .1080p doesn't look pixelated on 10. Depends on your broadband connection, I guess, doesn't it? I might check it afterwards, Kim, and see if it re-encodes afterwards. So my vids I do in 4K, but streams it's that trade-off between kind of like real-time, almost real-time chat or better quality. So. Seance! I have to say, loving this map. Get out of the way. The crazy locals. Right, we are done with the combine. Right, we'll just run it home actually. I was going to take the truck first, but I'll just run this home. What bit rate do I use for streaming? 8,000 kilobits per second. And there's no point in doing any more than that because that is their capped max. So if I put it at 12,000, it would still encode at 8,000. Whoa! But ironically, I'm an affiliate on Twitch, so not even a partner. And so I'm capped at 4,000 on there. But the quality's better than YouTube at 8,000. And I record my vids at 32,000. This is not my farm. It is YouTube. It's the YouTube codecs. They are poor in comparison to for streaming for Twitch. Even if I do a really, 32's too much because it just strips any of the... What I watch on my desktop after I've encoded it from Premiere to what I watch in 4K on YouTube are like night and day. Like night and day. Oh. I suppose that has something to do with it, Mark, doesn't it? Yeah, just... You've got millions of people watching YouTube, but there's only a... Like, I don't even think what YouTube's network of servers is like for hosting all of this. You're right, crikey, I don't... They say that's not going to be the next big environmental crisis, isn't it? The amount of servers that are... The power used to run servers for people like YouTube. And Google and the likes. Well, H.265 has been suggesting it's going to improve things for a long time now, but we're still waiting, aren't we? I bought a combine that's too big to fit in my shed. Yep. Oh well, that gives me an excuse to buy a legacy shed, doesn't it? So I was going to put it on this little bit of grass. I mean, it is part of this field, but hopefully it fits quite nicely there. We shall see. And it is... It's a tool. Never let it be said that legacy isn't a tool. Bit of landscaping around that, it will look quite tidy. Look! Little bit of gravel. What have we got? Nice selection of stuff, actually. Open things up. Here we go. I'm not reading. This is kind of... I like this kind of chat. The nerd in me. Not on the mobiles yet, so we won't get traction yet. Not on legacy browsers yet. AV1 gives better quality than H.265 at a little bit. I don't know about AV1, to be honest. But bitrate for one platform is different to another, like comparing AMD's. Yeah, I mean, I suppose bitrate's bitrate, right? It's the amount of throughput, but you're right, codecs and encoding is different to bitrate. Bitrate's the volume, right, correct me if I'm wrong here, the volume that it can push through. Whereas encoding is the more... what am I trying to say? The higher the bitrate, the better the quality, right? But the higher... Oh, he's still here. You're still... Well, just checking you were awake, mate. Right, we're going to have a look at this, because it's a nice, nice shed. It better fit my combine in it, though. Or I'll be... Keep on hitting these bins. Who left these bins here? Oh. He's doing his thing still. Nearly ran him off the road, but... Thank you, Steelhorse. That was what I was trying to say in the most awful way possible. My combine's so not fitting in the shed. That's a spectacular spelling of encoding as well, Steelhorse. What are you rating? This cold shed here? I don't think. Not a chance. I'll have to put it in there. And I think... Yeah, I have to go inside. There we go. Oh look, I've got a pressure washer here as well. And the well. Vehicle workshop, very nice. I've got a light on here as well, haven't I, somewhere? Turn on the light. Strip lights down there, so good. And then you've got a pressure washer here. Gonna wash stuff in your shed. And then in here, you've got your cold storage, so you can stick some machinery in here too. Now that is a nice shed. It'll fit. Shoe Bangs, 30% discount on the Year 2 Season Pass at the moment, yes. You mean how 1 unit bitrate in this case can be measured differently from... Is it though, Mark? Is it not like £1 or $1? It has a value. And I thought a bitrate was just a bitrate. It serves me right for putting massive chunky boys on, doesn't it? Like a glove! Look at that! Like a glove. Name that film. Look at that. Very nice legacy. This is cracking. I like it. Toolbox. Fuel can. Power lead. Angle grinder. Keep that out of Argsy's way. I'll do untold damage with that. We'll go here. Motor oil. A brush. Again, Argsy can deal with that. Ace Ventura. There we go. Just as well the sidewalls of those tyres don't sag. Yeah, they're not sagging. That's because I've got... The only benefit of having Julies on is that they don't squat as much. The weight distribution's a bit better. Oh! Has he hit a tree? He has. He's hit a tree on the turn. Oh, now I've set it to the... Oh, it's all gone horribly wrong, but actually you can pick this up. That's fine. I'll have to reset them again in a minute. Cut the tree down. I wasn't going to say that, Chris. I was being polite. Plus, Saran might still be in here. She'll give me a hard time if I make cheeky comments like that. Seven rounds of testing. Jeez, oh. Well, it was worth the wait, mate. It's cracking. Really good. Really good. Kind of quality we like to see. Something going on there, isn't there? Let's just stop that again, shall we? Let's try and pick up... We might as well pick up this whole headland now. We've got to sort things out. So let's just fire him along here. Oh, that'll do. Remove all the trees and credit yourself $1 million. And you're done. People would get upset with me. Remember Margaret got upset that I was cheating. Love a good debate. We have enough realism. Exactly, Nerdy Nano. Where's the fun if you can't have a bit of a play around in game? Oh, he's going a bit rogue. Ah, he's looping round. Again, see? Mental note would be to have put the field trigger point on the end of the point of the turn. So we wouldn't have to... So Margaret, we were... What map was it? We were doing that massive... it was Snake Man's 42-kilometre square massive map. And I'd just thrown 20 million in the bank and was just buying 10 combines to see if I could get them to cut some fields. And she said, what's the point in cheating? You're just cheating yourself if you're not bothering to play the game properly. And it was like, oh, here we go. Now I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't know why I've got my blinkers on. I'm somewhere in the middle. I like to play. I don't like to drive a combine at 30 kilometers an hour, like some people do, and all power to them. I could have turned. Yeah, I'm still on 100% corner speed. But yeah, I'm not going to lie that I wouldn't say moving your header by hand when it's wrapped around a telegraph pole is particularly realistic either, so there you go. It's not a game, it's a I think you'll find it's a simulation. But don't get my dad started, he's hilarious when he'll sit and he'll watch me like, that's not how you do that. You wouldn't do it like that. That's not right. Nope. You can't just tip it on the ground and it appears inside the silo. That's not right. Argsy had somebody who was complaining about... In fact, that was our good friend... oh, what was his name? What was that clown that just came to streams to annoy me and Argsy for a while, and he's got bored and gone away now. Oh, who was he? Granville. That's right, he complained to Argsy that his Argsy's overlays were burning holes in his screen. Yeah. Hello, Joe. How are you, mate? Oh yeah, did you see that, Args? Did you see his comeback as well? It was the worst comeback ever. I've been a content creator for 2.5 years. I think I would know. Oh, good for you, mate. Is burn-in still I don't think it even is that more these days, Hamish. Trust me, I have 3 32-inch monitors that are on for 14, 16 hours a day. So the irony is, Args, as well, he put his stream up tonight and he was going to stream on this map, and he stole my thumbnail. So I put a comment on his post as well going, oh, you see he's stealing my thumbnails now as well. I just took it off Google. Let me just stop this because we're going to go back to where we should have been over here. Oh. Where's my mouse? There it is. Plasma was the burning king. Plasma's a good old cathode ray tube TV. Back in the day. Remember getting my first ever 23-inch Apple. Remember the transparent colourful Macs. The green and opaque plastic ones. Had a 23-inch monitor. It was the size of this house. It was colossal. And the quality of it was awful. But at the time, whoa, I tell you. When you had to get out of the chair to... I remember our first ever VCR having a remote, and it was about the size of a house brick. And you had to plug it through a probably an inch diameter cable into the front of the TV, but the cable wasn't quite long enough, so you had to get up and take 2 steps out of your chair to press pause or record and stuff like that. Brilliant. VHS it was still. VHS. Although my dad was a bit of an early adopter in the old days. My dad had a Scion organizer. He was ahead of his time. He loved it, swore by it. Video disc is... yeah. ZX81 Spectrum, nice Driz. Nice bit of Spy Hunter on that in the old days. Remember that? Amish, you had a Scion. They were quite cool. For their time, they were clever. Good times indeed. With a 6K upgrade, oh crikey, I didn't. Remember putting cassette tapes in to load the game for, I don't know how long, 10 minutes. Yeah. I remember getting my first widescreen CRT was a big Sony, a big grey Sony, and it was sleek. It was almost like an expensive car. It looked like the way it was shaped and modelled and had like angles and stuff. It was. Look at the little removal trucks that fly around the map as well. They're great. Oh, I wanted to check actually while he's doing that. Like, I've even stopped farming. I'm just chatting now. Yeah, I was going to look at this. Have they added in? Oh no, they've not yet. The farm rescue. They were going to put the farm rescue skin in as well. Maybe that's coming in an update. Or maybe you can't do that for console. So maybe they'll have to just do that as a release on their channel. A Tandy. I ran back in the day. Not me. My dad ran because he ran computer software that you could only get on Apple randomly. It was a farming program called FarmPlan. Any of the farmers on here have ever used FarmPlan, And it was a really good, like, you plotted what you put in your fields, it did loads of calculate, it was, like, good. But he ran them on Apple IIe's. So we had... we grew up with the very first Apples. And he nearly bought Apple shares because he loved them so much and didn't. I tell you, I wouldn't be sitting here now if my dad had bought Apple shares. Recording the cheat codes at the end of Games Master to replay in slow-mo. Yeah, I remember that. Totally remember that, Hamish. Romu, if you just Google Auto Drive FS22, it will be the top link. It's a GitHub link. Take care, Joe. All the best, mate. Nice to see you again. Good thing you didn't then. I know, right? Jeez, oh. An Apple Classic too. Ah, you mean for this map? I don't think one's been created yet, Romu. I'm sure there'll be one coming relatively soon from the Auto Drive guys. So if you don't follow them, hit !Auto Drive. Yay! Joe's got a new grandson. Superb, mate. Great to hear it. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. How are those mugs working out still? Is your grandson still drinking from the cup that is FSG? Nick, I'm loving it. I am loving this map. It is very, very enjoyable. Not, but we had a little bit of a Courseplay error early on with one of the fields of fences quite close, so... but other than that... Keep an eye on them, Romu. They'll be out pretty quick with a course, I'm sure. Your little fences. Excellent, Joe. Glad to hear it. Oh my god, I didn't realise the time. We've been having too much fun. It is, there's too many pedestrians. Hey, Dirt Farmer, how you doing? Nice to see you. I was going to hold fire till the end of this field, but I think that's going to take a while. We'll just leave him to it. Let's bring the header and the truck back to the farm, shall we? Get things tidied up. You paused it so many times in a certain scene in Under Siege. I know exactly the scene, Hendrik. Nice. Nice, Joe. Yeah, that's right, Nerdy. They've got a beer jacket on because they're just walking drunk around the... They're just walking drunk around the fields. No, I've done it again. This is not my... This is not my farm. Oxy kept tipping his honeybee header this morning. Seems to be fine for me. No, not that one, Hamish. Just thinks like I'm a friendly neighbour. Well, let's give this a wash, because Argsy's here. I think this should disappear after a while. So you know you're at 2 meters. It should disappear now, so you kind of breaks the immersion a bit, doesn't it? I have no idea where I'm going to store this, because the only place I would have stored it is down the side of the shed there, but we've now managed to put a massive silo there. And I don't think there's enough spare space here. There is not. Oh. I was like, oh, there's a invisible collision, but no, there's something there. Even I'm not brave enough to try and reverse this into here. I know where it's going to go. Do the classic farmer thing and just start abandoning stuff all around the farm. Oh. Oh. There we go. That'll do. Go. Park the truck here. Let's go and get the trailer. And I think we'll call it there. Is that Farmer Jeb? It's a premonition. Drive through. I would, Ed, if I couldn't. I'd stuck the versatile in the way. Oh. Tip, kids. Always check both ways before you pull out. That's nice though, isn't it? A nice truck full of round bales. Didn't need to do that, but he has. All the traffic's good. It's a tiny little bit, 6,000 litres. Hopefully Sunday, Jay. It's about 80% edited. It was supposed to be this weekend, and then this massive pitch got in the way. But the problem is the render time is colossal on it, because there's some... Well, you'll see when you see it. There's some stuff in it that's really eating the render time. It's quoting me 15 hours to render it the other day. And I started to rush it to get it finished, and I got to a point where I was like, right, stop rushing it, because it's... You will be annoyed if you put it out and you wish you'd done it better. So I just put the brakes on. I went, another week, they can wait. So yes, but definitely I'm going to have time to finish it and output it this week. Ooh. There's that guy again. I thought I'd killed him. Ooh, just dodged him. Right, let's get this parked up. And I'm not going to lie to you, I am looking forward to my bed again. Don't think I've completely recharged the batteries yet. Driz, no. The answer was no. Look, I put my brakes on again for that place. I have to put a massive sign up going, do not turn here. Idiot. With a name like Dirt Farmer, I would be disappointed if you answered any other way, Dirt. Right, let's just park him in front of this shed here, I think. Make sure we're out of the way of the forage wagon when he comes in. Park a trailer across the street. Get an old bus or something like that. Aussie Sim, nice to see you. Oh, I think we're stuck. Are we stuck? We're stuck on a tree. If I had a lumberjack installed, I would get rid of that. But I don't. Easy David out. Hey, the doctor's in the house. How you doing, man? Nice to see you. FSG putting Red Bull in one that I need to. Tell you. I need to. Right, we'll let this run one more time just to see, and then everything's saved so we can pick it up again another time. I know, right, Hamish? I grew up on a farm where nothing was clean, ever. But then our contractors would rock up for harvest, and all their machines were immaculate. See if we'll hit this other tree here. Rain does a good enough job of cleaning. Nice. So this has worked pretty well, really, hasn't it? Other than the trees. Well, I could have shrunk the border in ever so slightly on Courseplay before when we set up the course. I could have just nudged it in just a little bit, and it would have avoided that. That's just millennials, Hamish. Should have done skip rows as well. It would have made those turns a bit better. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this grass. I don't have any cows. Maybe I'll just set up a BGA somewhere. It's a nice bin setup over there as well, isn't it? Not all the millennials are the same. Tarred with the brush, Ed. I was quite pleased my daughter said the other, she's 11, 12 in January. And she was like, I'm so embarrassed by my age group. And my generation, they're just mortifying. And I was like, oh, good for you. I know, right? I could have been... Oh dear, yeah, I didn't think about it. Right, we are going to let this unload at the silo, and I think we'll call it there for tonight. Thank you all for joining. It's been a fun one. Enjoyed it. It's nice to be back. I'll have to be honest with you. It's felt like a long time since I've sat down and had a good play of the game, so... worst generation ever, period. No, it's been fun having a bit of time to play, so guarantee that's going to get clattered on the way out, isn't it? So thank you all very much. If you haven't hit the like button, if you don't mind doing it on the way out, that would be awesome. John, clues in the title. It is Richlands, Ohio. Came out today in the mod hub. Go grab it. It's a good one. It's pinned at the top, actually. The link is pinned at the top. Thank you, Dirt. Have a great second half of your week, everyone. Stay tuned for Logging League on Saturday, which Args, Hamish and I are going to bring you, hopefully. And yeah, we'll see you all again very soon. But for now, take care. Have a good one. See ya.